Whoa, what's good? Coming through. What it do? Another day in the hour. Need some power, need some flour. And yeah, these motherfuckers tracking us and shit. They got some shit underground. Motherfuckers got some computers and shit looking at a screen, behind a screen. These motherfuckers over here stealing energy from motherfuckers in jail and shit, and using them motherfuckers like batteries and shit. You know, and shit, getting paid off of our demise because we too damn dumb and stupid to even, and scared, because I'm scared as hell to even progress into what I'm being led to be shown, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the signs and shit, and just perceiving nature, and you know, everything relates to the book of Job. But then I had to get out the book because I was like, I seen somebody else writing a motherfucking book, writing me in the book, and I was like, oh hell no, I gotta get out this fucking book. So I had to run away from that shit just to combat that shit and get away from that person and the other motherfucker who telling me some shit, whispering in my ear and shit. And I'm like, okay, who is this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And he putting all this wicked ass, one of these airbags saved a life. Oh shit, the other thoughts in my mind. And you know, we could talk about the CIA, you know, the agents. You know, we could talk about Israel having the motherfucking cyber security, you know what I'm saying, over the phone, this damn Black Mirror shit, you know what I'm saying. Motherfucker, you know, can just see right then and there, you know, looking at the damn screen and shit. Got all the technology and shit, you know. The motherfuckers behind the screen, I was just like, who the fuck record? So who the fuck got the camera? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't know if I was traveling then or not, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And then you got these people over here, you know, trying to fuck me in the ass and shit, esoterically, and you know, enter me and shit. You know what I'm saying? And eat my heart and shit, and put spider webs and mucus and shit. And I'm just like, where the fuck all this shit coming from if I was clean of all this shit? You know, before it, I ain't had no worries, and I was, you know, but then it just started getting cold, and, you know, some people just like living in the cold and shit, so it's just like, damn, you know, these motherfuckers in darkness and shit, and I like to be warm, and, you know, I can't stand this shit like that, so they trying to freeze a nigga overnight. Trying to freeze a nigga overnight in the icebox, you know. But I'm trying to withstand and stay, and, you know, stand firm, hold my ground, uh, and not letting none of this, you know, really have an effect on me, you know, cause it shouldn't. I ain't even messing with nobody. I'm really just minding my business and, you know, really trying to understand why, you know, people attitudes and stuff is messed up, and now, you know, I've got confirmation of, you know, everybody being crazy, so it don't really give a fuck what I say or who I'm talking to. You know, everybody fucking crazy, so I'ma just be that crazy label you wanna call crazy, but you can't label me, sir, cause I ain't fucking with nobody. So hey, it is what it is, huh? It is what it is. But these people, you know, capitalize and shit in the computer. So you wondering who the fuck Anunnaki is? Anunnaki, I ain't fucking with that shit either, man. I had to leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? When I started looking at the pictures, if you just look at the motherfucking pictures, man, motherfucker look like a snake. If it look like a snake, it's a snake, man. You gotta leave that shit alone. So shit, I had to leave that shit alone. And you know, then I got intel on After I left that shit alone, it was like, oh damn, the next step, bam, bam. Those motherfuckers over there in partnership, you know, to, you know, actually enjoy themselves while they're here and shit, I guess, quote, quote. They trying to enjoy themselves and shit and trying to do a transhuman, make a transhuman. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck I ain't compromised to none of this shit. And they already got motherfuckers compromised and getting shots, taking pills and all kind of shit. And you don't even know, you ain't even study this shit. So then you start studying this shit. And then the motherfucker be like, okay, well, I done felt like I done talked to somebody who way, way higher than I can even imagine, man. He done talked about some, yeah, it's like multiple cycles. uh, but then he gonna slip up and say, I'm here on the same plane. I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, another motherfucker, you know, if I ain't wanna, you know, participate in the shit and be, you know, buddy and, you know, kind of disengage myself from the madness of some people bitching, you know, and shit, talking about, well, you should be, you know, they must have been feeling pain in their ass or something. Their asshole was bleeding or hurting because you know, how that shit started when the time when they was talking about the shit was out. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker was getting attacked, man. Motherfuckers was getting attacked anally. Motherfuckers, I been getting attacked. You know, I be on the job and shit. Motherfucker go walk around the motherfucking back, talking to his boy and shit. And then all of a sudden, you know, I got the urge to motherfucking piss. Like, hard. Like, what the fuck you doing? And then he over there spitting and shit and hissing and rocking me to sleep. And, you know, I started taking notice of that, of those stories and how people was talking. And you know, I always been a laid back person, calm, cool, collective, uh, observer. Just observing, you know, my environment. And as far as action, you know, it just, you can't, if you wrong, you wrong. That's my action with that. If you wrong, you wrong. That's my action. And and however they overloading motherfuckers with too much shit they can't even handle yet. You know what I'm saying? Because of the radiation of the military. Been doing fucking with the shit. You know, hiking it up, playing with frequency, and that shit caused cancer. And then, you know, team rest in peace. I'm team rest in peace all day, every day on some shit. Hey, uh, in the middle of the barn, chemo, that shit, radiation, that shit ain't no good. That shit was fucked up. X-rays, that shit fucked up. You shouldn't even fuck with no rays. Like talking about, no, might as well just leave it. But you know, hey, they got glass and shit. The glass is something that we can't even put our hand on. The more we study glass, and it's water and down. Well, the more we study glass, which I still gotta put my finger on it. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I already had a motherfucking shit you know, figured out. But other than that, you know, motherfuckers playing on the nigga top and acting like a nigga ain't shit. So they push some other, they got some other shit, energies and shit going around, and they trying to swim in my body and have me in you know, in a funk. You know, I already feel flunked out. You know what I'm saying? Cause everybody else already been flunked out. They been flunked out. They been flunked out for years, more years than nigga can even count. And I didn't felt like I didn't did most of this shit. I feel like I did all the work. Motherfuckers just use me every day, all day. Using. They users and abusers all day, every day. Don't even we can't even jump to the next step, but you know, it's possible. It's possible and it's gonna happen because everybody else behind, and I seem to be the only one in this area to be uh, moving on. Moving on, moving away, staying away from that type of energy and shit. You know. And they always want to play on people's desires because that's what they capitalize on. I mean, everything. If you need to eat, you gotta pay for it. If you want to fuck, you gotta pay for it. If you what else? If you want some money, you got pride, pay for it. Shit. You want to go down to 7? And the 7, you know, that's the Moors, and I had to get rid of that. But I liked the number 7, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, that shit following it. Had to get rid of that motherfucker because he want to cap. He want to cap and shit for a bag and beat on his wife. So I ain't got time to fuck with people, you know, like that in my life. Or be friends and buddies with anybody who have any kind of, you know, gay or abusive demeanor, fucked up demeanors and shit. And I don't like bitches because I done dealt with bitches already, and you know, that's why I don't got a woman and don't respect women right now. And motherfuckers feel like I'm a woman, dude with a pussy, but I got a dick, you know what I'm saying? So somebody else must be using my dick. Real, you know what I'm saying? With this system, bruh. With the system. Cause you don't know what that you know, that shit been established. That shit been established. That shit been, you know, here, and it's been manipulated, and that's the whole thing. You know, whenever you just skim through a few pages, nigga, just pick one book, nigga. Shit, too many contradictions. So from there, you know, you already know that it was a divisive vice used to manipulate people and tell them a lie. You know, and it ain't good. It ain't good because if your actions ain't, you know, your actions ain't good, and then you trying to portray like you holier than all. Yeah, shit, you got another thing coming with that energy. Shit, that energy ain't no good. You know. Energy ain't no good for you. But motherfuckers still use it to their benefit by going through